when you got Glee, was what that, because that was the thing. Everyone wanted Glee. It was like such a huge job to get.
Mm-hmm.
And did you know it was going to change your life?
No, well, it's funny. It didn't really. Because I had watched what happened to, I mean, it did, but like gradually. Because I
Yeah.
watched what happened to Darren Chris the year before. I was just talking about this the other day, where, I was touring with West Side Story at the time, the first national tour of West Side Story, and got that job basically from the road. Like, I'd made a tape and got a call back, and we happened to be in Costa Mesa, and I took a train to LA to have my callback, and I got it, and I had like 12 shows left on the tour, and they let me out a bit early to go shoot at the time it was just like one episode, maybe 2 episodes. And yeah, I did. I was like, this is gonna change I'm gonna blow up. Like, I'm gonna be a series regular, or like I'm gonna, the same thing that happened to Darren's gonna happen to me. And it didn't.
Yeah.
That didn't happen. Like, so I shot my 2 episodes, and I basically relocated to LA for it. I mean, not basically. I moved to LA from the road, where I had left college to do the tour, thinking I'd go to New York afterwards. So I didn't live anywhere at the time. So I basically moved to LA to guest star on a show, and then start auditioning for other stuff, because it was just 2 episodes.
Yeah.
And I think I ended up doing maybe one more that season. And it was just over the course of like 3 seasons, 3 or 4, I did 7 episodes. So it wasn't like I even was like heavy recurring. I basically was just a guest star that popped in and out, and the character made a lasting impression. So people kind of like associate me with the show, but like I didn't do a lot.
That's funny, because I specifically remember you from the show, and in my mind, you were in a lot more.
Yeah, I was in 7. And I did like a longer stint on the final season of that reboot of 90210 while I was doing it, like, which no one knows I even did. Like, I did 9 episodes of 90210. I did a CSI Miami episode, a Lifetime movie. I was doing a lot of other stuff, because I was having a hard time like affording to stay in LA, because I was getting paid top of show to do some Glee episodes every once in a while, and I didn't never know when they were coming.
Yeah.
So it changed my life in the sense that it got my foot in the door, and now I lived in LA, and I know eventually, 2 and 3 years later, when I was auditioning for Flash, it did help, because they were, there wasn't a lot of tape on me, and they liked my audition. But when I was like in kind of final, right before the studio and network sessions, they were like looking at my stuff of me on Glee, and I remember them telling me like they could tell how much I genuinely loved what I was doing, and they wanted to see that in Barry Allen when he got his powers, like how exciting it was for him, and to see this joy come through. So it did help eventually change my life, because Flash was obviously really the thing that,
of course,
changed my life.
Of course. But it's one of those things where it's a, work begets work. And even just the fact that you did those episodes of Glee, like you said, it probably contributed to you getting the role of Flash, because you'd been road tested, if you will. You know what I mean? Like you weren't super green at that point,
Right.
which always helps.